Failing to finish your trust homework. What will happen? Before I get to those details, I'd like you to think about a friend who's being challenged by a what-if scenario that creeped into their lives. But it wasn't so bad because you shared this video. We would appreciate it, as will your friend. I'm Valerie Zammitti, an estate planning attorney in New York and New Jersey, and we're here to educate everyone for free. So please, share your questions. We will do our best to answer them, and hopefully together we can help some folks along the way. Now, let me start by saying that if you have established a living trust, you must make sure that you either create a new account under the trust, right? So you can transfer your monies over, or you've changed the beneficiary designations to ensure that retirement accounts and life insurance type assets flow to the trust at some point later. Now, hopefully your attorney will help you do some of the heavy lifting. And by heavy lifting, I mean transferring real property into the trust. That's within the states where they are licensed, and coordinating with outside counsel for any real property you own in a different state. And also getting your business interests owned by that trust. You don't want to individually own your business interest if you have a trust as your estate plan, because that's a probate asset unless you transfer that interest into your trust. Your attorney should also give you some specific instructions on how to go about doing the rest, right? With regard to beneficiary designations or creating new accounts. They should help you get the ball rolling by either reaching out to maybe your financial advisor, giving them part of the documentation, assuming you've signed off on the okay to do that, and getting the paperwork going for you. Not the paperwork, but like telling the advisors what needs to happen so that they can start getting it ready for you to sign. They also should follow up with you to make sure things are going smoothly. There's no hiccups in the road as you're trying to fund your trust. Okay, that's what this homework is called, funding. And then, of course, offering guidance if something does come up, at least on a quick email, phone call basis to make sure that any kinks in that road get ironed out. Now, with all of that being said, I want to get back to the actual question at hand: is what happens if there's a failure to finish your trust homework, right? Or you fail to fully fund your trust. Hopefully, via the guidance of your attorney, your estate planning attorney, you've also set up what's called a pour-over will. It's a very basic will that designates your trust as the beneficiary, so that if you either at the onset fail to get something in, or say at the age of 99, you open a bank account and you put it in your individual name instead of the trust, then the family does have to take that will, go through the probate process, but then flip it into the trust because that's the beneficiary. The hope is at the end of the day that there should be minor amounts of money that have to go through that process, probate process, and hopefully what we would consider a small probate process. Certain states have different thresholds. For instance, New York is $50,000, has to be under $50,000. This can happen even if you do your homework and something creeps up, such as an insurance refund. I don't know. That's the best example I can think of something creeping up. Maybe there's unclaimed funds in the state or anything of that sort, which were unknown at the time. Now, the family will have to go through probate using the pour-over will to get those minor pieces, into the trust. But essentially, during the creation of your estate plan with the trust, there should always be that backup pour-over will that pours everything right back into the trust in case it's missing from that place. So essentially, you're covered, even though the family might have to do an extra little step or two if it's necessary at that time. We hope this information was helpful and that you choose to share. And as always, please take care.